Hello, and welcome back to Legend Finance, the place where we tackle money matters together. Ever wondered how much you really need to retire comfortably? Well, you're not alone. It's a question that unites us all, no matter our age or financial situation. Is there a magic number, or is it something more personal? We're about to uncover a truth that just might change the way you think about your golden years. So grab a seat at our financial family table, hit that like button, and subscribe if you're new. Let's discover what your retirement could look like, because we're all in this together and you don't want to miss out on the secrets we're sharing today. Assumptions. Planning for financial independence and retirement often leads to the assumption that you'll need to generate as much income as you did during your working years. It seems like the logical path after working hard to enjoy what's supposed to be your golden years. But the good news is that in most cases, you don't actually need the same level of income to maintain the lifestyle you had while working. A comfortable retirement is more attainable than it might initially appear. Retirement spending smile. When you retire, your income isn't coming from wages, so you typically won't pay payroll taxes. That's an automatic savings of 7.65% of your expenses, or even over 15% if you're self-employed. Also, depending on your nest egg setup, you might pay lower income taxes. Income from Roth accounts, for example, isn't taxed since you've already paid those taxes during your working years. And if you're selling investments in a taxable account, you'll probably pay the long-term capital gains tax rates, which are usually lower than ordinary income tax rates. Lifestyle changes in retirement can add another layer of complexity, but understanding these tax nuances can offer a more accurate picture of retirement spending. Lifestyle changes. Retirement can seem like a financial puzzle, but once you look at the numbers, it often becomes more manageable. Here's how. No more payroll taxes. Once retired, you aren't paying these taxes anymore. That's an automatic savings of 7.65% or over 15% if self-employed. Housing costs. If you've paid off your mortgage, that's a significant reduction in your yearly expenses. Transportation savings. No more commuting means savings on fuel, maintenance, and occasional large repair bills. No more saving for retirement. You've likely been saving a good portion of your income for retirement itself, and that will no longer be a part of your budget. Controlled discretionary spending. Living on a fixed income means prioritizing and often reducing impulse spending. Changing lifestyle needs. Early in retirement, increased travel expenses might offset these reductions. But as you age, those expenses become less frequent while the savings in other areas remain. Let's look at a practical example. John and Jane, nearing retirement, earn $100,000 a year combined. They calculate they need $2.5 million in their nest egg according to the 4% rule. However, after considering $7,650 a year saved on payroll taxes, $25,000 a year saved as they're no longer putting money away for retirement, $15,000 a year saved after their home mortgage is paid off, roughly $7,500 was saved in transportation costs. They find they might not need $100,000 a year. Their actual required retirement income might be around $45,000 a year, dropping their required nest egg to $1.125 million. This doesn't account for additional travel or medical expenses in retirement, but it does demonstrate that initial estimates might be higher than what's needed. Forward thinking can make a difference too. John and Jane might consider major foreseeable expenses before retiring, like buying a new car or home repairs. Some even invest in solar panels for their home to save on utilities, resulting in a reduction in the nest egg required. In sum, careful planning and understanding of your individual needs and expenses can often show that you might not need as much money as initially thought once you reach retirement. It's about understanding where savings will occur and planning accordingly, giving you a clearer and often more reassuring picture of your financial future. Minimum safe withdrawal rates. Planning for retirement often involves a conservative approach, especially when considering withdrawal rates from a retirement nest egg. Traditional methods, such as the 4% rule, provide a safety net but might not reflect the reality of most retirements. Here's why. Safe withdrawal rates. Historical data shows that most retirements could sustain higher withdrawal rates than the minimum. While worst-case scenarios are necessary for planning, many retirees find their nest egg grows even as they withdraw, thanks to economic conditions different from those in the Great Depression or periods of high inflation. Changing expenses. Retirement often means reduced expenses in certain areas, such as transportation costs from commuting, payroll taxes, and mortgage payments once a home is paid off. This could significantly reduce the necessary retirement income and potentially reduce the required nest egg by more than half. Adjustment for inflation. The Consumer Price Index (CPI) measures general inflation, but retirement expenses frequently don't rise in step with it. Expenses may rise slower, especially in the early years of retirement, and some costs may no longer be relevant at all. Investment strategies and spending adjustments. By employing strategies such as cash buffers, flexible spending budgets, and other financial guardrails, retirees can further enhance the performance of their portfolio. This can potentially increase the minimum safe withdrawal rate significantly. Personalized planning. Not every retiree will have the same needs, lifestyle, or investment strategy. Some might invest in solar panels for utility savings, others may focus on travel. Tailoring retirement planning to individual circumstances makes a difference. Consideration for unexpected expenses. Planning for unforeseen expenses, such as medical bills or home repairs, and considering passive ways to reduce costs will provide further security. In essence, careful planning and understanding of personal expenses, investment strategies, and inflation adjustments can lead to a more nuanced and often less financially burdensome approach to retirement. Final thoughts. You're considering financial independence and the concept of safe withdrawal rates. Most approaches are conservative, aiming for a withdrawal rate of around 3.68% if you've invested in an all S&P 500 portfolio. This figure draws from historical worst-case scenarios like the Great Depression and those high inflation years in the 1970s and 80s. Here's something worth noting. Most retirements don't start during a financial crash. In reality, the typical rate could be 7.36%, with some even hitting 12.54%. Those minimum rates are just that, the absolute minimum. In everyday life, it's not uncommon to see your money grow even after you retire. The numbers aren't rigid. Different strategies and approaches can yield different results. Whether it's a mix of stocks and bonds, creative use of cash buffers, flexible budgets, or other financial strategies, there's room for variation. Consider retirement expenses. Many assume these will rise with inflation, but for most retirees, costs don't climb as rapidly. Factors like fuel prices or mortgage payments might become irrelevant, and research indicates that your expenses might grow 1 to 2% per year less than the inflation rate. Take the example of John and Jane. If their expenses grow a tad slower than inflation, their safe withdrawal rate could be between 4.06% and 4.48%. With some clever financial planning that might even hit 10.66%. This approach could allow them to live comfortably on $100,000 a year with around $938,000 or possibly even less. Here's the core insight. The initial numbers concerning how much you need for retirement might be higher than what's actually required. Lifestyles, behaviors, and incomes change. What appears to be a daunting savings goal might be more attainable than it first seems. It turns out that the path to financial independence might not be as steep as it looks. What a journey we've had today, unraveling the mysteries of retirement planning and exploring that all-important question, how much do I need to retire? Together, we've taken steps towards understanding our unique financial paths, and we hope this episode has given you the tools to walk confidently towards your golden years. Thank you for watching Legend Finance. Your support means the world to us, and we're thrilled to have you as part of our community. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to hit that like button and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. And hey, why not subscribe and ring that notification bell if you haven't already? That way you'll always be in the loop with our latest content, designed to empower you on your financial journey. Have any thoughts or questions? Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Your insights and curiosities fuel our passion and guide our content. Together, we're more than a YouTube channel. We're a family, forging our paths and growing stronger with each step. Stay with us for more exciting topics, and as always, stay legendary.